We are gathered here today to celebrate the life of my grandmother, Jasmine Albina Banfield, thank you, who recently passed over at the age of 77. She lived a full life, rich with love, adventure and excitement. My grandmother was a woman of stunning beauty. She had caramel-coloured skin, slanted almond eyes, and hair that was as soft as cotton candy, and high sculptured cheekbones that wouldn't be out of place in the high-fashion catwalks of Milan or Paris, a little like mine. Even with the scars of life, Jasmine was still eye-catching, and her beautiful smile and laugh could warm even the coolest heart. She loved fashion and took pride in her appearance, and was very sociable and friendly to those who were blessed enough to enter her orbit. She was generous, had a kind heart and a giving nature. She would always share and give to those she loved, even if that meant giving her last or making a meal for two shared between the four. Her door was always open, and her door was always open to her loved ones, and the younger generation would gather at home to listen to her tales. She had a wicked sense of humour and a sharp tongue that could cut the tallest of people down to half their size. Jasmine was a free spirit who liked to live to the fullest, unafraid to take risks or stand alone. She was determined, resilient, hard-working and passionate, but would live each day as if it was brand new, and would often say, tomorrow will look after itself. Jasmine was born on the 22nd of April 1942 to parents Sammy Ford and Montalisa Shepherd in Rockhall in the district of St. Thomas. She was born in the light of the Lord and was raised a good Christian girl. She attended St. Thomas Primary School until age 9, where she began working to help support the family. She would run errands for her mum, and she would work in the fields collecting pound grass. Jasmine would attend the parish Sunday school every week, and then would visit Mr. Sanders' Christian mission, where she learned recitations and to read the Bible, and she would sing songs of praise with her childhood friends, Grace Davies, Edna Eustace, and Carlotta Hines. The Christian mission is also where she met her first love, Lawrence Banfield, or Banny as he's commonly known. They both grew up in Rockhall, but it was at the Christian mission that their love began to blossom, to the behest of my great-grandmother, Montalisa Shepherd, who was a strict disciplinarian. But despite her interventions, they would not be separated. And in 1957, they were blessed with their first child, Marita, my mother. She was followed by Miranda, and shortly after, Lawrence Jr. Banny received a contract to work on the buses, so he set sail for England in April 1960. He set up and established himself, and then sent for his sweetheart. Jasmine arrived in chilly London in November. They rented a small property in Holly Road in Neasden, and were able to send for their children. The Banfields were one of the first Caribbean families to venture across the seas to a new world, believing that the streets of London were paved with gold. The reality is, the streets were paved with litter, and the days were cold, and the people could be colder. But the Banfields were strong and resilient, and determined to make a home in the UK. Jasmine found work as a seamstress, making fashionable wares such as trench coats and leather jackets in a textile factory, and together with Banny's income, they were soon able to buy a house and move the family to the leafy suburbs in Sandwell. This house became a hub for other Caribbean families, as the Banfields would open their doors to those who followed them on the Windrush Trail. They would rent out rooms, provide childcare so people could work, and offer their support in any way that they could. As time passed, the pair grew apart, and eventually they divorced. Jasmine stayed in England and continued to work. She worked for General Electric for several years and later started a cleaning company. I remember accompanying my granny sitting in the car laughing as we drove to the jobs. It was her that instilled my work ethic. Jasmine retired and returned to Rockhall to look after her mother in 2000. In 2002, she met her partner, John Lewis. They secured a firm friendship and became inseparable. They shared similar interests and would spend their days together. My grandmother was truly blessed to have found love in her golden years, and the pair had 8 years together before Jasmaine's health deteriorated. When Jasmine was forced to have her foot amputated, it was John who would cook, clean and care for her. John vowed that he would not leave his love, and even after Granny suffered a stroke, he stayed by her side and nursed her to the very end. They shared 17 years together, and I know John will miss her dearly. Jasmine left behind her partner John, her sister Everise, her children Marita, Miranda and Lawrence, 10 grandchildren, Kevin, Natalie, Daniel, Elisha, Carly, Amanda, Kefri, Rebecca, Ira and Abier, and 5 great-grands, Kemai, Lakaya, Mataja, Alaska, Azion, Sirius and Tazion, as well as many nephews, nieces, and numerous cousins. Jasmine Evina Banfield, you are the root of our tree. Your spirit will live forever in my brothers, sisters, my cousins, and the seeds that come through me. I see you in the slant of my eyes, and in the copper colour of my skin, and the fire and the passion that has always lived within. I hear your laughter in my thoughts, and see your smile in my mind's eye. You go on now and fly up like a dove, free as a kite, released in the sky. From the hills and gullies of Rockhall to the bitter cold of London, you carved out a path for us, you laid the foundation. You loved, you laughed, and though you played against the odds, 7 years you lived, by the grace of God. It's time to rest your tired bones and take the weight off of your shoulders and wash away the ailments that came as your body grew older. No more pain, no more stress and contention, no more cussing people out with words I will not mention. I wish you a sweet goodbye. No, so I raise a toast for you and wish you a sweet goodbye, but you will live on forever. Your soul will never die. Thank you.